So welcome to our presentation. For our first topic is phishing. In this presentation, we will be discussing what phishing is, how it's work, and how to protect yourself from phishing attacks. Phishing is a type of cyber attack where attackers attempt to steal sensitive information such as usernames, passwords, and credit cards details by posing as a trustworthy entity. Phishing attack can take many forms, including emails, text messages, and social media messages. So, how does phishing works? Phishing attack typically involve the following steps. Attacker sends out a message that appears to be from a trustworthy entity, such as a bank, a social media platform, or a government agency. The message contains a link that directs the user to a fake website that looks similar to the real thing. The user is prompted to enter the sensitive information, which is then collected by the attackers. For the next one is types of phishing attacks. There are several types of phishing attacks, including email phishing, the most common type of phishing attack, where attackers sends out mass emails. Spear phishing, a targeted attack where attackers focus on a specific individual or organization. Whaling, a type of spear phishing attack that targets high-level executives or important individuals. Smishing, phishing attacks that are carried out via text message. Phishing, phishing attack that carried out via phone calls. Next is how to protect yourself from phishing attacks. So, what are the tips that you can help yourself to protect yourself from phishing attacks? One is be cautious of message that ask for personal information. Two is check the sender's email address carefully. Three, look for spelling and grammar mistakes in the message. Four, hover links to see where they direct. Five, use factor authentication. Six, keep your software up to date. Seven, use antivirus software. And lastly is trust your instinct. So what can we get from the topics or the conclusion? So in short, phishing attacks are serious threat to your online security. So by following the tips we've discussed, you can protect yourself from phishing attacks and keep yourself from being harmed and keep your sensitive information safe.
So I'll be discussing identity theft. So what is identity theft? This remains as a significant threat in the digital age. Cybercriminals exploit and steal personal information, leading to financial losses, damaged credit, and emotional distress for the victims. This report explores the prevalence of identity theft facilitated by cybercrime and offers actionable steps for individuals to mitigate the risk. So, when does this occur? So, this occurs when someone steals your personal information, such as social security number, or in this case, in the Philippines, it's SSS or TIN numbers, so, and credit card details, actually, as well as names, to impersonate you and commit fraud. Cybercrime crime become primary tool for identity thieves, enabling them to gather information through data breaches, phishings, and malware attacks. So, what is the impact of this on cybercrime? So, data breaches expose vast amounts of personal information, such as or while phishing scams lure unsuspecting individuals into revealing sensitive details, malicious software can steal directly from devices. The consequence of identity theft can be severe, including financial losses, damage to credit scores, and difficulty obtaining loans or employment, as well as damage to um, personal reputation. So, how can we mitigate the risk of identity theft? So, first one is creating a strong password or authentication. Create a complex and unique password for all online accounts. Utilize two-factor authentication whenever available, adding extra layer for security. The next one is data security practices. So be cautious when sharing personal information online. Limit the amount of information you share on social media. Shred sensitive documents before disposal. Um, Software security. maintain up-to-date security softwares, including antivirus, anti-malware programs on all devices. This helps protect against malware that steals data. Financial monitoring, so we should be able to, or we should take note on our financial status or bank accounts. Um, Phishing awareness. So be wary of unsolicited emails, text messages, or phone calls requesting personal information. Verify the legitimacy of senders before responding. Do not click any or on suspicious links or attachments. So identity theft remains a significant concern, but by understanding the cybercrime landscape and implementing preventive measures, individuals can significantly reduce the risk by adopting strong cyber security practices, financial vigilance, and awareness. Through or two phishing tactics, you can safeguard your personal information and minimize the potential damage from identity theft.
Online harassment has become a prevalent issue in today's digital age, impacting individuals across various online platforms. It is crucial to address this problem ethically and effectively to create a safer online environment for all users. For you to understand more, online harassment encompasses a wide range of behaviors, including cyberbullying, sexism, and general harassment. Studies have shown that women are more likely to experience sexual harassment online, while men are often targeted with general harassment. When combating online harassment, we must consider the ethical implications of our actions. Strategies to mitigate online harassment should focus on promoting inclusivity, respect, and empathy within online communities. Women have reported coping strategies such as gender neutral avatars and seeking social support to deal with harassment. Here are some strategies for mitigation implementing through reporting systems that are easy to use and provide quick responses. Encouraging bystanders to speak up against harassment and support victims. Enhancing organizational responsiveness within gaming platforms to address harassment effectively. In conclusion to this topic, mitigating online harassment requires a collective effort to foster a culture of respect and accountability online. By promoting ethical behavior, implementing effective reporting mechanisms, and supporting victims, we can work towards creating a safer and more inclusive online environment for everyone.
And hello guys, we are now talking about the cyber stalking. So, cyber stalking is a serious issue that involves the use of the internet and electronic means to harass or stalk individual. It compasses the various forms of online harassment, threat, and unwanted contact, often without the victim knowledge. Cyberstalking is the act of harassing a victim using electronic communication, such as email, instant messaging, or social media posts. It can take many forms, including harassment, embarrassment, identity theft, and even physical stalking. Cyberstalkers may engage in activities like monitoring, making threats, gathering personal information, and spread rumors about their victims. Example is yung mga pinopost mo sa Facebook, tapos nakita ng mga friend mo sa Facebook pero hindi mo ka-close, tapos pinagchismisan ka or what. And yeah, that so next is the impact of the victims. It can have serve consequences on the mental, emotional, and the physical well-being of the victims. It can lead also to anxiety, fear, nightmares, shock, and disbelief. Victims may experience changes in eating and sleeping patterns, high level of stress, and a sense of helplessness. So, parang mga nade-depress ganon because of these cyber stalkers. And the effect of the cyber stalking can be traumatic, yeah, and may even escalate to physical violence. Pwede silang magpakamatay, etc. Kasi because ng mga cyber stalkers, if may ginawa silang mali dun sa tao. So next is the how to prevent this cyber stalking. To prevent cyber stalking, individuals are advised to protect their personal information, use secure password, be cautious of suspicious email or messages. So wag bigla-biglang mag-click etc. ng mga ano kasi pwede nilang makuha yung identity mo by clicking the mails, messages, yung mga ganun. Next, and report any incidents to the relevant authorities or internet providers. And take necessary step to secure their online account and devices. So you need to secure everything.
As for our last topic is the invasion of privacy. So, first thing first, I have a question. How comfortable are you with the idea of someone constantly monitoring your online activities? So, into this world, in today's digital world, the line between convenience and privacy is constantly blurring. So, this presentation will explore the issue of invasion of privacy, its growing presence, and how we can take back control. What is privacy, and why does it matters? Privacy is the right to be free from unwarranted disclosures of personal information and unreasonable intrusions into one's affair. Imagine this: your daily routine mapped, your online searches tracked, and your purchases predicted, all without your knowledge or consent. This is the reality for many in the digital world. So, the main phases of invasion of privacy is data collection. Companies track our every move online, collecting browsing history, location data, purchase habits, and even our social media interactions. Surveillance is state. Cameras with facial recognition, voice assistant, voice assistants constantly listening. The lines between public and private spaces are blurring. Data breaches. Hackers can steal our most sensitive information, leading to identity thief and financial ruin. Lastly is social shaming and loss of reputation. One careless post online can have lasting consequences, impacting our careers and personal lives. So, what are the impacts? So, some of the impacts are loss of control. The feeling of being constantly monitored leads to anxiety and a sense of powerlessness. Targeted advertising. So you search a new pair of shoes, and suddenly ads for sneakers follow you everywhere online. It's creepy and manipulative, right? So that's how they sell. Erosion of trust. When privacy is constantly invaded, trust breaks down between individuals and institutions. Potential for discrimination. Personal data can be used to discriminate against individuals based on demographics or online behavior. So, how do we take back control? How do we protect our data, our privacy? Firstly, is be mindful of what you share. Think before you post online, or think before you post on social media. Less information online translates to less data for companies to collect. Password power. Use strong, unique passwords and enable two-factor authentication for added security. Privacy settings. Take control of your privacy settings on social media apps and websites. It's your data. It decides who sees it. Be vigilant. Be cautious about clicking on suspicious links or downloading unknown files. And lastly, support privacy advocates. Research in support organizations that fight for stricter data protection laws. So, what do we get from these topics? What is the conclusion? So, the future of privacy. We all have responsibilities to protect our privacy and speak up against intrusive thoughts practices. Call to action. Share your knowledge with friends and family. Together, we can create a digital world that respects our right to privacy. So, that's for thank you, and that's for all our topic for today.